Hi everyone, here's a quick mini lesson from Khan on how to identify geometric solids, which are just 3D shapes. So here we have a triangle on the top and a triangle on the bottom. So we have two parallel triangular bases, and it has three rectangular faces that are rectangles. Now a prism, which is what this is named for its base. So because that's a triangle and that's a triangle, we call this a triangular prism. So we would just select triangular prism and click next question. For this one, we have a circular base, this little circle right here, and then it comes up to one vertex or point. If you flipped it upside down and put a scoop of ice cream on it, you would recognize it as a cone. So this is a cone. Khan is a little pokey today. Okay, so we have what looks to me like a cube, like a Rubik's Cube, right? So it's got square faces that are parallel. They're all equilateral or congruent. This is a not a square pyramid, not a triangular prism. So while it looks a lot like a cube, its other name would be rectangular prism or square prism, technically. So that's our best option here, so we're gonna choose rectangular prism. All right, this guy looks like a tent that you would go camping in, right? So it has a triangle base right here. This is a triangle all in there. Sorry, it's very messy. Here's another triangle base, okay, all in there. They're parallel to each other. So we call this a triangular prism. Yeah, it has rectangle faces. It has three of them that kind of connect the triangles, but it's named for its bases. So it's a triangular prism. Here we have what looks like a ball, otherwise known as a sphere. So if you're kicking around a soccer ball in your backyard or throwing a tennis ball or a baseball or a softball, they are all spheres. So that is a sphere. Our globe, the world, is also a sphere, okay? Here we have a circular base opposite another circular base. So not a cone, because a cone would come to one vertex or point where like the ice cream would drip out of the hole, right? This is not a cone. It's not a sphere, looks different than that. This is a cylinder. So just like a soup can or this candle that I happen to have right here, this is a sphere, has a circular base parallel to another circular base. And if you unwrapped it like you would unwrap the label of a soup can, it would be a rectangle. So this, what all this surface is, if you unwrapped that, it would be a rectangle. So a rectangle connected by two circles is known as a cylinder. And then the last one, which is slowly loading. Hopefully it doesn't put you to sleep as it circles and circles and circles. All right, so we have what looks like a shoebox or even a fish tank, all right? Definitely not a square pyramid because you don't have a square base where it's all coming up to one point. Definitely not a triangular prism that would look like a tent. This is a good old rectangular prism, probably one of the most common three-dimensional shapes that you see out in the world, okay? This is a base, that's a base. They're parallel to each other. Or I could say the top and bottom are bases. They're rectangles. They're parallel to each other. Or I could rotate it, flip it on its side, and say that's a base and that's a base. Either way, it's named for the rectangles, which are parallel to each other, as a rectangular prism. All right, so you guys should do awesome on identifying geometric solids or 3D shapes. Make sure that you watch the YouTube video I posted for the notes if you haven't already, and have an awesome day. See you later.